We are on the hunt for an obscure historical cannon. What a surprise. I'm in Southern California in Orange County, and I think around the corner, I'm hoping it's still there, is a Civil War cannon that's pretty unique. Though there was only one photo of it on the internet, and at last report, it was covered in yellow paint and sort of shoved in the corner of a park. I'm hoping we find some interesting cannons. We're in the middle of Santa Ana, and I think we may have found a Civil War era gun that was put here perhaps by the GAR, Grand Army of the Republic, after the Civil War. It is here, and it is in really good condition. This is a 24-pounder Seacoast Gun, and it's right here. It is in excellent condition. Someone has really taken care of it, with the exception of a few dings here and there. This is a 24-pounder gun. And it would have been used, it's called a Seacoast Gun because it would have been used as a large caliber coastal defense gun. And this one actually defended San Francisco Harbor. It was Fort Winfield Scott. This is a model 1829. And you can actually see on the trunnion here is 1833. And hopefully on the other side, we're gonna see, yeah, we see WPF. So this is from the West Point foundry. So this was made in West Point, New York. On the front, we'll see WJW. So this would have been the inspector stamp. And I think 1833 again. So that's very worn off. So this would have been mounted on a barbette. I've talked about other Seacoast guns like this, but this would have been mounted on a barbette in a fort and would have been able to be rolled back and forth to load and fire. And it would have been quite a formidable cannon. It would fire a 24-pound ball, and it could fire out with the full charge. It could fire out about 2,000 yards. This would have been smooth bore. Some of them were rebarreled in the Civil War, but I'm thinking, I don't feel any rifling in here, so this is probably your standard smoothbore gun. And these were actually, in historical artillery terms, these were demoted from Seacoast guns to just siege guns, larger caliber, but not as large caliber as some of the large ones that were being produced in the Civil War. So in the 1830s, this was a Seacoast gun. During the Civil War, this was slightly demoted. But we've seen ones like this at Fort Donelson, examples of Vicksburg. They're all over the country. Thousands of these were made to defend the coastline, but of course they would have been very unwieldy out of their barbette chassis. These would not be brought into the field. After the war, a lot of these were decommissioned, and of course, as cannon technology improved, a lot of these were phased out. And with the celebration and commemoration of the Civil War by so many of the veterans, the GAR ended up bringing a lot of these to be in various patriotic locations around the country. So many people have so many towns, so much of small town America has an interesting Civil War cannon in their town square or in some random park. So you can see on the cascabel here, you can see we're able to move it around. This loop here, you can see where it was fired from. See the touch hole there. Such an interesting gun, and such a large caliber compared to some of the other ones you see like your standard 12-pound Napoleon or your 3-inch ordnance rifle. I always love these. And so good to see it in relatively good condition out here in the park. Hopefully not too many people climbing upon it. I think it's so fun that we can find random artillery all around the country, and indeed all around the world. Do you have any cannons in your local area? Please tell me about them. I want to know. I know all around Britain there's Sebastopol cannons everywhere to be found, and there are Georgian cannons all around Britain and Ireland. I'm glad that we get large caliber Civil War cannons all over the country, even in Southern California. It's great. So tell me about your cannons. I need to know. So that was the not very lost 24-pounder Seacoast Gun of Santa Ana. I'm glad we found it. I'm glad it's in great condition. I am Daryl, known in genteel circles as the Lord Rivers, and this is the Ministry of History.